new chapter of Binky Patrol in our area. This is a charity that volunteers make handmade blankets and they give them to kids in our area that need some extra comfort. Yeah, this morning WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is live in Conway with all the details. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. Yes, what a cute thing, Binky Patrol. Talk a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, we make blankets for kids that have cancer, have been burned, had a traumatic situation, foster care, things of that nature. And we make some special blankets for kids with autism. A lot of times there's some items you can make for those to make them more comfortable that's very hard to get locally.
Okay.
And this is all 100% nonprofit.
Nice. And this shows them, you know, somebody cares, and all kids like their little security blanket.
Yeah, I had cancer and went through it, and I mean, it's a lot when you're going through treatment, and sometimes just that one little thing to make their day a little brighter, it's all worthwhile.
Oh, wow. And so you're making a blanket this morning even?
Yeah, we're working on one this morning. We've got plenty of them to finish, and this is one of them that we're fixing to finish.
Okay. Now, how many people are involved in this?
Right now, there's just me, my daughter, and a couple of other ladies. We need more volunteers. We need donations. But there's about 4 of us right now. We put out about 30 blankets a month.
Okay, so if somebody wants to volunteer, they just get a hold of you?
Yep, they can look us up on Facebook. It's Binky Patrol of Horry County. And we also have a website called binkypatrol.org. And up in the top right-hand corner, you can locate a local chapter wherever you're at.
Oh, nice. What a sweet thing. I love it. Little blankets made with love, guys.
That's so sweet, and it's a lot of different kids that benefit, whether they're in a foster home or if they've been abused or experienced, you know, death and loss. So it's a great organization.
Yeah, and you heard her. They need more volunteers, so look them up on Facebook.
Definitely.
All right, an organization called Binky Patrol is making sure some children in our area who experience trauma know that they're loved. They create blankets for children who are abused in shelters or in foster care.
It's a lot of work with only a handful of volunteers. So Amanda Kenseth is live in Conway with Binky Patrol to tell us more about it.
That's right. You know, in some of those circumstances, a blanket, a binky, you know, the security blanket can make all the difference in those children's lives.
Absolutely. And we also try to pitch in times of national disaster, like what's going on in Oregon right now with the mudslide, or around here if we have a hurricane or anything, or there's a Red Cross situation. When it gets to the point that they need things of this nature, we try to pitch in and do what we can.
That's wonderful. And now you're making one right now. Let's go ahead. Let's see what...
Yeah,
see what you're doing over here.
We put this one part of the way together, and now we're just putting some of the trim on it.
Now, how long have you been sewing?
Off and on. My grandma always taught me when I was a small kid, so a lot of this I didn't know how to do, so I'm pretty much self-taught off of YouTube.
Really?
Really.
You can learn how to do anything on YouTube nowadays, can't
Yeah,
you?
I've learned how to make just about anything on YouTube, and if you don't understand it, Google it and YouTube it.
That's right. You say how to whatever, and boom.
And then you got a video tutorial of how to do it.
Yeah, so, you know, that's a good tip. So maybe somebody wants to get involved, but you don't have sewing experience. Well, you can say how to sew a blanket, and a children's blanket, and it'll show you, and then they can volunteer to help.
We have some blankets that are no-sew.
Oh.
They're very simple. You know, you can crochet, you can knit, you can sew, and then we have some that are no-sew, and especially like Girl Scout troops, we do events with them, and of course most of those are smaller, and so you want something simpler, and all they have to do is be able to tie a knot.
You know what? That is... I like that. The no-sew, I think that would be the way that I would have to go. Back to you.
Us too, Amanda. That would be the extent. I could get a knot tied. But what's cool is, you know, even if you don't have a lot of sewing experience or any at all, you can still volunteer. This is a great organization.
Yeah, it really is. All right, time right now.
Chapter of Binky Patrol now locally. This is the charity where volunteers make blankets to give to children in need throughout our area.
This morning we've got all the details for you. WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is live in Conway. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. Yes, we talked about you don't even need to know how to sew to make a blanket. This is one where you just tie the ends together. You take, what, 2 pieces of cloth and put them together. You cut the edges, and boom, you just tie them just like that.
2 little pieces of fleece, and all you got to do is tie it up.
Yeah.
And if you want to volunteer, you don't have to come to us to do it. You can do it in your own home. We'll pick up the blankets. You can drop it off however you want to do it. Everybody kind of works on their own time, when they can, do what they can, but one blanket makes a difference.
Sure, and if you don't have the time to make a blanket, well, you could even donate some fabric or some money to buy fabric, something like that.
Absolutely, scissors, anything like that.
Okay, and what made you decide to get involved in this?
I had cancer, and after I got cancer, I wasn't able to go back to work. And I had extra time, and I wanted to do something to help the kids around here because there wasn't anything like this in the area. But Binky Patrol's been around for 17 years. And it originally started on the West Coast, and looking online, I wanted to find something I knew was a true charity. And I did a little research on them and decided to open a chapter here, and we service all the way from here to Charleston.
That's great, you know, and you're giving these blankets to local kids here who need it. They might be in the hospital or whatnot, and it gives them something to hold on to and gives them that little bit of security. Back to you.
Thanks, Amanda. And you can learn more about Binky Patrol. Search Binky Patrol of Horry County on Facebook.
And they're always needing volunteers.
It's true.
There's an organization in our area called Binky Patrol, and it's making sure children who experience trauma know that they're loved. They create blankets for children who are abused in shelters or in foster care.
WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kenseth is hanging out with one of the volunteers, but they need plenty more volunteers, right, Amanda?
Yes, they sure do. They need volunteers, and you know, this can be something that you do at home, and then you'll even come pick up the blankets.
We'll come pick up the blankets, we'll come pick up donations, whether it's an individual or a business. Anything donated is tax deductible, 100%.
And that can be money, that can be fabric.
Tools, anything like that. And we also need things like the little knitted caps for preemies. Anything soft and washable, we can give to the kids.
Okay, very nice. And you can look around. I mean, there's tons of examples of different blankets. Did you do all these?
Yeah, I've done all of these
Really?
except a couple of these quilted toppers a lady donated, and we're just going to finish them.
And you can see one of them over there. People crochet and knit and all that kind of stuff.
Crochet, knit, sew, tie. I mean, even if you want to start it, or you had a relative that started something and it's sit around unfinished, donate it. We'll finish it and give it away.
That's great. And you actually have delivered some of these blankets to children in the hospital and whatnot, and you see their reaction. You see what a difference it makes in their lives.
It makes a difference. I mean, these kids are sitting there and they're sick. I mean, a lot of them are really sick, or they're in a situation where they've had something traumatic happen, and this is theirs. It's all theirs. And it's something of comfort, and it's something that they can keep for years to come, and it was a bright spot in a bad day.
Oh, really? That's a good way to put it, and it really does make a difference. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Amanda Kenseth, reporting live in Conway for us.